Democrats, we really need to get real about strategy because it really seems to me that you are just dead set on losing. Because yesterday, a bunch of Democratic leadership from the Senate came out and released a joint statement saying that we don't need to abolish ICE, they just need more training. And that's going to be the thing that helps everybody. Yeah, they don't mean to be a malicious secret police that's dead set on wreaking havoc and chaos in our blue cities and taking people out, sending babies to the hospital, blinding and maiming American citizens that are just exercising their First Amendment right. No. They don't mean to. They just don't know any better. Be so serious. Normal people don't need training to be told that they can't just shoot other people in the face for driving home. They don't need to be told that it's a bad idea to tear gas cars full of children just on their way home. There is no amount of training that would teach people that, yeah, it's inappropriate to release flashbangs and grenades into groups of American citizens that are just yelling at you and that you don't like it. Training? These are full-grown men who signed up for this because this is what they want. They live for the sadism. They live for the terror and the horror that they are bringing about in our American cities. And training? Well, are you paying attention? What are you doing? Who is giving you this information? Because if it's coming straight from you, you need to all just step down today. You're doing nothing. This is not campaign season. You're not just supposed to be out here making promises to the American people. You're there right now, whether you're in power or not, and you should be helping with the community organizing that's happening, particularly in Minnesota. Schools have been suspended in Minnesota for the next 4 weeks because the ICE officials are tear gassing their children in their schools. And you think that they just need to be trained not to do that? Normal people don't need that information because it should be obvious to them. And it is, but they like it that way. Come on. So therefore, you should be helping those teachers. You should be helping the community organizers. You should be using some of the money that you beg us for every single day to help with the people that are trapped inside their houses because they can't leave. That's what you should be doing. You should be coming to the aid of the people who elected you to be there. Represent your people because that is your actual job. Training is a slap in the face and it's absolutely insulting, repulsive, and ridiculous. Why would anyone pick you again if that's the best that you got? And then I remember that pact that starts with an A. And I was like, when you look at it in that light, it makes a lot more sense because the rich and powerful elite know exactly what's going to happen in this upcoming contest, right? They know that our country is barreling towards economic destruction as quickly as we possibly can. Therefore, there will absolutely be a regime change if it's allowed to happen. And so they need to go ahead and start lining the pockets of the people on our side to get them to push economic populism and ignore all of those little social issues and make sure that people can erase those crazy little ideas about uprising and tyrannical governments because then they would have to look at how we're funding them elsewhere. It's pretty easy to see when you zoom out, isn't it? And so I want us to keep our vitriol squarely where it belongs, and that is with leadership on both sides of the aisle. I know nobody likes it when I say that. They're like, oh, they're not the same. They're not the same. Well, if you see someone injured right in front of you by a horrible person and you sit there and watch when you are fully capable of doing something about it, you might not be the same, but you're not good either. And a lot of people are so mad at Joe Rogan this week because he's coming out and saying that he's no longer for this. I'm not one of those people. I know y'all don't like it when I say that either, but the alternative is for him to remain silent. And they're not listening to me. They're not listening to you. But the people who can be reached do listen to Joe Rogan. So yeah, he should say, I don't like this. I don't want this. And I'm really sorry that I got us in this place. I didn't believe that it was going to happen. And how mad can you be about not believing that it was going to happen? I didn't believe the Democrats were going to roll over and play dead in the face of abject tyranny. If you asked me a year ago, right after Cory Booker's speech, how he would react if the Gestapo invaded an American city, I never would have told you that he would have called for them to just have further training. I would have never thought that because I believed in him. And you know what? The people over there believed in their leaders too. We have all been subject to a huge amount of psychological warfare and propaganda, and we can't just get mad at the people who are waking up. You don't have to be their friend, but you can't continue to isolate them even further and push them back into the place where they're trying to claw their way out of. Don't invite them over to your house. Just leave them alone, because the fact is we need the numbers, and the people on our side that are up at the top of leadership have no interest in keeping us safe. So it is going to take all of us. This is ants versus grasshoppers, and we all have to show a little bit of humility in recognizing that we've all fallen for crap too. I was so happy to vote for the Democrats. I have voted blue all the way down the ticket ever since 2012. And the people that I'm seeing right now do not resemble the people that I used to root for with my full chest. So no, I'm not surprised or mad that the people over there are experiencing the same thing right now. I think that murder, concentration camps, and tyranny is a bridge too far for some people, and that's a reasonable place to draw the line. We do need to extend loving kindness to each other, and we need to square our vitriol solely where it belongs, and that is for the people who are responsible for this nonsense.